Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 54 of the Calypso Cigar Review Podcast. I am Brandon Luna.
I'm Randy Rankin.
And today we're doing something special because it's a special day.
It is a special day. It's our anniversary.
Anniversary. 1 year we've been doing this bullshit.
Right.
For you guys. And so I can smoke cigars on Wednesdays.
That's right.
So what we're doing today, which is special, is we're smoking the same cigar we smoked on the very first episode, the Alec Bradley Black Market.
From the exact same box.
Filthy Hooligan. And this one actually is a year old. So yes, it's from the same box.
Yep.
And to give you a little update on so far on it, looks the damn same. Smells like nothing. A year ago it smelled like grass, but now it smells like absolutely
more like hay than grass.
Nothing. Yeah, it was grassy hay. But we're also doing something special in that we're going to introduce you to the world of V-herping. Now, what is V-herping? It's basically getting online on something like Google+, talking with your friends, and smoking cigars. Now, I usually V-herp with my buddies over at Stogie Friends, and I've talked about Stogie Friends in the past. It's a great forum you need to join, very situated like Facebook, and you can get on there, meet a lot of great people, hear a lot of great stories about cigars. And we've got the owner-operator of Stogie Friends on the podcast today, as well as a lot of great people. We've got some of the people that are helped us out with the podcast throughout the life of the podcast, and some fans as well. So let's do the introductions here. First off, Matt Post, who is the owner-operator of Stogie Friends. Say hello, Matt.
Howdy.
Say hello, Matt.
Howdy.
Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me? I'm good? All right.
Yeah, we got Matt.
We're the ones from Texas. We're supposed to say howdy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Next up, we've got Aaron from Blind Man's Puff. We've been supporting Blind Man's Puff since day one. They've been supporting us, so hello again, Aaron.
Howdy.
He's a repeat guest on the show.
Multiple guests.
Yep. As well, we've also got from Canada our Blind Man Puff buddy, Craig.
Hey,
Say
guys.
hello, Craig.
Hey, Craig.
Say hello again.
Hey guys, how's it going?
No, you didn't say howdy. You said it wrong.
Yeah.
Damn
You're supposed to say
Canada.
howdy.
What's
A's.
that a boot?
Say, hey.
Howdy, eh?
There you go.
We've also got Phil Sullivan with us, who is Phil from Chicago. He's been helping out on the podcast as well, and actually contacted Dissident and had them send us those great cigars that we smoked. And say hello, Phil.
Howdy.
And we've also got Kirk from Poolside Cigar Reviews. Finally
Yes.
get to meet this guy. Say hello, Kirk.
Hello.
No howdy from Arizona. Come on, Arizona says howdy.
They say hola in Arizona.
Oh,
Yeah, they do say hello.
wow. He didn't even hear our previous episode.
No.
He said that. That's fun.
Yeah. Watch episode 55.
No, minisode. No, it was episode
Yeah, that's
55.
55. Yeah, we've already recorded in advance because I've got to go do Lent, religious
Ash
things,
Wednesday
Ash
thing,
Wednesday, and I can't smoke next Wednesday apparently.
That sucks.
Boo.
Boo Lent.
Yeah, boo Lent. Thanks a lot, God.
I'm Protestant. I don't have to say boo Lent.
Where was the no cigar? Where was that in the Bible?
Well, you got to
don't know.
give something up. Apparently, I'm giving up cigars for 1 day. My wife said, "What do I have to do to get you to give up cigars?" I'm like, "That's like asking a sportscaster to stop watching sports. It doesn't work that way."
I have cut, and I'm lighting my Filthy Hooligan.
And I am cutting with the Monte Cristo cutter provided by Altadis
And Eddie Gavito.
and Eddie Gavito. What are you guys smoking today?
I'm smoking a blind stick for that was sent to me as a pass that we have going on at Stogie Friends. They're sent a box of cigars that just have the numbers written on them, and Craig started it up, and so I don't know what I'm smoking, but I think I know. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess what I'm smoking in a little bit,
Okay.
but it's good.
What are you smoking, Aaron?
I'm just wrapping up Ramon Iona's specially selected.
Ooh, that's a tasty stick.
Nice.
This was sent to me by one of the Stogie Friends members as part of a kind of a review pass, I guess. So.
Very cool. I love those sticks. They're great. And they smoke great rot, too. That's one of the things I love about them.
Yeah, I have no idea how old this is. So.
What are you smoking, Craig?
I'm smoking an Oliva G Maduro.
Oh, I
Perfecto.
love that cigar.
Yeah, it's very tasty, and it was given to me as a gift from one of the Stogie Friend members.
That's my favorite cigar to have with coffee is the Oliva G Maduro.
I'm drinking it with a nice, dark, porter-style English stout.
That would work.
Nice.
What you smoking, Phil?
I am smoking Viaje Full Moon that was bombed to Carrie, and I knew she wasn't going to like it, so I figured I'd smoke it.
Bomb to your wife, and you're smoking it. Hopefully you're giving her something else to smoke in lieu of.
Man, she's been sleeping since 6.
Uh-oh. And Kirk, you're smoking?
I'm smoking an Alec Bradley Black Market Filthy Hooligan, just like you guys.
Thank you. Cool.
Wow.
And yours is a year old as well, right?
Actually, that's how I found your show. Was I bought this last year, and I wanted to see if anybody else had it because my shop just got it in, and I did just a Google search for reviews, and your podcast came up, and so I've actually been watching from the beginning, more or less.
Oh my God, he actually listened to that and came back.
Yeah, right.
The first episode was so bad.
I totally Lucased that episode recently. I cut about 30 minutes out of it to make it listenable to me.
Well, thank you, Kirk. We appreciate it.
Yeah, very much so. So what are you thinking of the Filthy Hooligan so far, Kirk?
At the first, I actually, just by coincidence, I smoked just a regular black market on Sunday, and the first light, I was surprised. I thought it tasted like a black market, but now nothing with a little bit of hay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything at all.
It's like the green market basically, but yeah. But I don't think green tastes like this. I figured green tastes more like weed.
I think I liked it rot better than this so far.
Yeah, it's like lost all flavor. It pretty much is air at this point.
It's burning nicely.
Yeah, I've got a good burn. It's very veiny.
That's what she said.
Seams. Apparently, I don't know how to cut a cigar.
Mine's falling apart. My cap is falling apart
Mine
on
is
it.
too.
Yeah. But that happened last time too.
Yeah.
That happened last time we smoked
Right.
it. So yeah.
I don't know. I haven't gone back to listen to that episode.
I have, unfortunately, because I had to edit it.
So did we get everybody's cigar?
Yeah, I think we did.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So Matt, tell us a little bit about Stogie Friends and also about the charity that you guys have going on over there.
Stogie Friends, it's just like you were saying before, it has a lot of the look and feel of type of Facebook type of site, and just a bunch of like-minded cigar smokers and even pipe smokers are in there, and kind of just hang out and banter and bullshit, talk about cigars and whatever else we're into. The idea was pretty much that cigar smokers usually have the same interests or have the same philosophy about taking time out of the day, time out of your life, and just enjoying being and just enjoying the moment. And I just wanted to have a open forum where people were free to do, and say pretty much whatever they want for the most part.
Yeah,
right.
One of the things I love about it.
Yeah, it's very much uncensored, pretty much uncensored and unmoderated, and reviews and all that good stuff. And one of the cool things, one of the members, Daniel, he does a lot of stuff with the Cigar Family Charitable Foundation, and there was another foundation that went to the Dominican, and on their trip out there, they decided to build a playground for the children of the Dominican Republic and work and kind of give that as a gift to the children of the Dominican. And they're trying to raise money for it. So Daniel came to me, and he's kind of running a raffle, and I'm helping him out running it on the site. We have bunch of prizes. We have a bunch of prizes that I haven't even posted up yet. We have some, artwork from Daryl Morris designs. He does some great stuff. That needs to be posted up. As of right now, we have, I think, 13 prize packs. For you give a donation, you can get a ticket, raffle ticket, and that'll be drawn later on. And you can win some crazy cigars. Anything from just like normal packs of like some good premium sticks up to insanely hard to find sticks. And then I have a bonus side raffle for those who, some people, if you can't give, if you just want to come in and promote it and post it to Facebook or Twitter, we're running a side bonus raffle where you don't have to buy a ticket, you don't have to pay anything, you just go in there, promote the page, share it with your friends, hopefully kind of get the word out, get people interested in it, and there's a 5-pack of some pretty good cigars in there. Lost City, God of Fire, some good sticks. I put together I pulled out kind of a 5 of personal favorites.
Very cool, very cool. And
What's your Twitter handle for this?
Stogie Friends.
That's Stogie Friends. Okay.
Yeah, that's Stogie Friends. Yeah.
All right.
And if they wanted to go direct to the site, what is the name of the name of the foundation?
The name of the foundation is the One Desk Foundation. And if you go to stogiefriends.com, whether you're a member or not, if you go to stogiefriends.com on the front page, there's a big banner on the front page that'll lead you directly to the raffle, so you can see the rules, you can see the list of prizes, and you can you can share and promote it and get entered for free directly from there.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I saw the Rafflecopter thing you had on there where you can share it on Twitter and post it on Facebook and stuff. So everybody, even if you can't donate, definitely do that because it just helps the cause.
I mean, it's only been up for, I think this is day 2, and we've gotten a good amount of donations in, last I heard, and so yeah, it's looking great. That it'd be awesome to be able to kind of help out in that fashion. Kind of the ultimate bomb is to help out. I'm all about helping out kids and all that stuff. So it's when he came to me with it, it was like the perfect idea.
That's a good thing you're doing, man.
Yep.
My cap is ridiculous.
Is it falling apart?
Yeah.
Mine's okay now. I just wet-lipped it and it's back. So one of the things I love about Stogie Friends is actually how it grows with the community. One of the things I love that you've done recently is you've started adding some sub-forums for things that people are interested in. And you don't really see a whole lot of forums going there. And I dig that about it. So congrats on doing that and keeping up with the group.
Right on. I'm glad as long as people use it, that's all I really care about. I've got, I've told people all along, I've got my own thing that I do. I've got my own job. I've got my own stuff that I do. This is just kind of, I started this as my way to kind of give back and kind of, all I care is that people use it and enjoy it. That's it.
Yep. We definitely do.
Yeah.
We definitely do.
Right on.
I think every single person in this forum here besides this guy is a member of Stogie Friends because he doesn't internet.
I don't internet much, but I will join, and I feel bad that I haven't, and I will.
You should feel horrible.
Okay, I'll be honest. I just read what you give me from Stogie Friends.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my bad. But I didn't realize it was a Facebook-like community, and I'll be happy to join that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You
never told me that. You just said, "Oh, read this from Stogie Friends," and I've read it. I just didn't realize what it was.
Yeah. Whatever. He's a liar.
I watch Kirk. I read Blind Man's Puff, and then I'm like, that's about all the internet. Or that's all the cigar stuff I do because I'm doing cigar stuff every day.
Yeah, 24/7 cigar stuff. So
that's all the cigar stuff he does online.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
We don't talk about the other stuff.
Shut up, Kirk. We're trying to be friendly and invite you on the show, man. Don't be throwing me under the bus. Brandon does that enough. I'm good.
I'm talking about book shopping. I don't know.
Oh, that's what I thought you meant. I don't want people to know I'm a nerd.
Looking up sports scores.
Sports books, exactly.
Yeah, he's the sports guy. I'm not. So
Kirk's a sports guy. Anybody else sports guys here?
I'm a huge baseball guy.
Who's that? Aaron?
Yep.
Who do you follow?
I'm a Bay Area guy, so the A's and Giants.
I hate you. I'm a Rangers fan, and the A's have beat us the last 2 years.
Yeah.
On the last day of the season, both times.
they wait to do that. That's their plan.
Yeah, they do. Oh man. Well, Billy Bean's awesome. I wish he were our general manager. Who else is a sports guy?
I'm Canadian, so obviously I'm a big hockey fan.
Okay.
And it was enjoyable watching Canada get the gold. We won't say who their opponents are.
Ouch. Ouch.
And he's drunk.
How do you mute somebody? How do you mute him?
Right. That's just so stereotypical. You're a Canadian hockey fan guy.
Yeah. My favorite team's Chicago, though. So.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
The Blackhawks?
Yeah, Chicago Blackhawks.
They used to have a minor league team in Dallas. First hockey game I ever went to was a Dallas Blackhawks game.
Nice.
I was like 3.
Now they have the Allen. What are those guys?
I don't
Allen?
know. I don't follow hockey. I'm sorry.
They're
No
in
offense,
Adrian
Greg.
back or something like that now, I think.
You could be right.
I'm not sure. They keep changing every couple of years.
Yeah. So, Kirk, you're a Nebraska fan, right?
I am. I'm a Husker fan.
Did you go to Nebraska?
I didn't. My parents live. They live just outside of Lincoln, and my father grew up there. His whole side of the family's from there. I lived in Lincoln for about 6 months, but that's it.
Okay. Mike's wife's grandparents were from Lincoln. And
It's a nice town.
She was a big Cornhusker fan, too. But I broke her of that.
If you're a college football fan and you get the chance, while it's unlikely, but if for some reason you're in Lincoln on a Saturday and you can get a ticket, Memorial Stadium on a Saturday, especially at a big game, that's to me that should be something on any college football fans' bucket list because it's really something special.
Yeah, I can imagine. Totally. Especially if they're playing Oklahoma or somebody like that. So
It's
anyway,
rocking.
sports people, come on.
If it's jumping out of an airplane, if that's a sport, then I'm all for it. Dude. I love sports. I'm gonna jump out of an airplane.
Sport to me.
That's
I'm not going to do it, but I'll watch it.
Where I went to school, that was just called falling.
Yeah, falling with style.
Exactly.
Hey, do you guys have the iFlies over in your area? That's something they put in over here in Dallas. That's basically an indoor like skydiving thing.
They have
You guys
indoor
ever heard of that?
skydiving here. It's a different deal, but they have it at the skydiving drop zones, and they have it at some other areas. But yeah, they do. I've done the indoor skydiving. That's fun.
Yeah, did you do it a bunch of times where you're actually able to do like flips and stuff, or no?
Yeah, well, I've done skydiving, so I did the indoor skydiving to train for jumps.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'd be down for that, but I'm too fat. So.
Is indoor skydiving like jumping off the top of the bunk beds? Because I did that a lot when I was a kid.
No, I think it's different.
Okay.
Kind of.
It's a good
Little
training
different.
point.
So how many times did you have to go do the indoor thing before they actually let you go by yourself without the instructor and stuff?
First time I went. Well, I've first time you go with an instructor, but I had the instructors jumping next to me. They weren't. I did one tandem where they were attached to me, and then after that I was jumping with them next to me. Kind of you go over different routines until you get licensed. I think you have to jump 15 times or 20 times or something like that, and before you're actually licensed, somewhere around there.
Okay, so a question for you: if you get licensed doing the indoor stuff, can you do non-tandem the first time doing the real deal?
Well, no. Your first time doing the real deal can be non-tandem, and my first time was about 10 years ago, and it was a tandem jump. And then a few years later, I actually went in to actually start doing the skydiving, and my first jump there was not an indoor, and it was with the instructors to the side of me. And you have to go through it's about a 6-hour course, and then you can jump by yourself with the instructors not attached. And then I did the indoor skydiving after I had already done skydiving a few times.
That's cool. That's
cool.
cool. Yeah, I'd love to do that. I almost did bungee jumping, but
I've done that.
Then I did not.
I've done that. That's fun too. I've done that a handful of times.
Apparently, they don't like it when you're really drunk and you want to bungee jump. So I didn't get the bungee jump.
I bungee jumped on my 13th birthday in the parking lot of a bar in Louisville, Kentucky.
Are you serious?
And,
wow.
Was this with like just
Yeah, my parents were there. Of course, they left me home alone on my 13th birthday, and they went out to happy hour. And my dad called me from the bar and said, "Hey, they got a crane in the parking lot. No one's jumping. They have bungee jumping going on. But if you want to come out, they said they'll let you jump for $20." So I said, "Absolutely." And I went out and I jumped. And later on that night, I sat on the back porch with my dad and had my first beer.
Nice. That was kind of like your bar mitzvah there.
Yeah, right.
The Presbyterian bar mitzvah, sure.
There you go. Okay.
That's awesome. I was gonna say I just thought you were like strapping bungees to your back and just jumping off the bar or something.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be coming home in an ambulance.
Yeah, no kidding. So you're a thrill seeker, Matt. What other crazy crap have you done?
I like outdoor stuff, man. I do the hiking, backpacking. I've done some high altitude mountaineering. That's kind of what I've been into for a while. Bungee jumping, snowboarding, skydiving, paintball, all kinds of stuff. Whatever. I'm just, if it's outside, I like doing it.
That's cool. That's cool.
Said Matt's in a good spot for paintball. I've been to the place in Corona.
Oh yeah, SC Village.
It's got lots of great stuff.
Yeah,
there.
they're set up pretty good. SC Village, yeah.
The trenches and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I did paintball for many, many years, and one of the things I liked doing was they actually had a guy in Houston. He was out of Houston, but he traveled. That he did like paintball scenarios. So he would actually have like the Matrix paintball, and it was like in an abandoned building, and there was dudes dressed up like Agent Smith, and you could shoot them all you want, and they wouldn't get hurt. Well, they were hurt, but you couldn't take them out of the game, and they could just take everybody out. It was great. It was a blast.
Yeah. Scenario paintball is a blast. They do some that are like 3-day long,
Yep.
middle of the night mission kind of stuff. It's all good fun. Sometimes you get an injury here and there, but that's kind of expected.
Yeah, I had the one I think one of my most memorable ones was they had a Monty Python the Holy Grail one. It was 3 days long, and the first day was a blast, and then a freeze came, And the second day, the paintballs were not breaking, and it hurt like hell.
Yeah.
I was so bruised up, but I just kept through it, and yeah, it was still
shot with a rock.
And I was British that whole game. I just had a British accent the whole game, and everybody thought I was British. It was great.
Yeah, up here in Canada, they got special paintballs with specific paint so it doesn't freeze. They cost a little bit more, but they do break.
Yeah, that's a cost I'd be well worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it hurts like hell when you get hit with a frozen paintball.
Yeah.
Not fun for anybody.
I had my buddy got shot in the balls once with a white paintball. So not only was it fun to watch him roll around, it was fun for the rest of the day just to point and laugh.
Well, my brother asked me to go paintball with him one time, and I was going to go, and he came over to my house, prior to us going, and he had this freaking bruise that was like the size of a bowling ball on his leg. And I said, "Where'd you get that?" And he said, "Oh, I got that at paintball last week. I'm not going."
I had a bruise from that frozen paintball thing that was there for a good year and a half. Like I thought I got it. Like, oh, did you get a tattoo with your paintball bruise? I'm like, no, it's the same fucking bruise. It's still there.
Jeez.
So, Aaron, what's going on over at Blind Man's Puff? You guys got some cigar news you want to share?
Well, we just like you guys, we just had our 1 year anniversary on the 20th.
Congratulations.
So
Congrats.
Thank you. So we have a contest going on that's gonna wrap up on Friday. So you can head over to the website and get into the contest if you're interested. It's for a 10-pack of cigars, and I think 9 out of the 10 are cigars that we've reviewed on the site. So that's kind of what's going on right now. And then there's some news came out today about Sam Lucia put out his new line, the Luchador.
Oh,
so that's
really?
kind of some new cigar news that's going on that kind of started out today. So.
Yeah, he mentioned that he had something going on, but he couldn't talk about it.
Is it,
Right.
Is it B&M ready? Is it ready to?
No, I think it's going to get released on Cinco de Mayo to kind of go along with that Mexican theme.
I do like your guys' top 10 list. That the Luciano Rothschild, that was a great smoke. I was glad to see that get some high marks from you guys.
Yeah,
that is.
It was a really good cigar, and I think we don't really take price into the equation when we rate the cigars, but after the fact, then and then when the top cigar on the list is like $3.80 or $4 a stick, that helps out a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Craig. Before I light up another cigar, I was already about 2/3 into a cigar when I joined in here, and I told Craig that I think I might know what this cigar is, and I'm going to put my neck out on the line and try to name it. And to be honest, in the last third, I think I might be wrong, but I'm going to put it out there anyways. I'm gonna start with the this is why I think it's a Christoph Criollo.
Nope.
Nope. What is it?
No, it's a PDR 1878 Oscuro Robusto.
Wow.
Wow.
I am buying more of those. I am
How much
definitely
age was
buying
on
more
it?
of those.
I'm not sure what the age is because the way the pass goes is I put 15 cigars in tubes, ship it off, and the first person gets it. They pick whichever ones they want to take out of it, and then they replace it with another stick of their choosing. So, and then they just tell me what it is. They don't really tell me what's age on it.
Well, I think I've had 1 or 2 PDRs, and I haven't had that one. But that was really good. I'm buying more of those.
It's PDR. I'm being an idiot here.
Pinar del
Cigar.
Rio.
Pinar del Rio.
Yeah, Pinar del Rio.
I was gonna guess that, but I've never heard of them.
Yeah, they're real big on the web. I don't really see them a whole lot in B&Ms. Do you guys?
No.
Yeah, not around
Nope.
here.
Just their small batch stuff.
So what do you think of the Filthy Hooligan, Kirk?
It's burning well, and
That's a kiss of death.
Yeah.
So
it's
is
got
mine.
that going for it. You know what I'll say? There's nothing about it that's offensive. It's certainly not. It's not bitter, but it's. If I could have my Groundhog Day, I would have grabbed something else probably.
Yeah.
It's that's the thing about it is like when I first smoked it, I was like, oh, it's gonna be like the black market. It's gonna be strong and bold, and that wrapper totally changes the cigar. It totally changes it.
It just tastes like a generic Candela to me. It doesn't taste like anything special.
Yeah.
It does have a year on it, but I'll say this is much better than the. I the other Candelas I've had were, I had a couple of the La Flor Dominicana Candelas, and those, to my palate, those were gross. I did not like those at all.
Is that a technical term?
Yeah, gross.
He's a pro.
Yeah.
You should put that in your rating system. Excellent.
I think
not offensive. Gross.
Well, they don't have a lot of toilet paper in Central America, so I think they just grab the greenest leaf they can find.
That's
You know what,
one of the
Candela
best
really
thing I like about your reviews. Best thing I like about your reviews, like brutally honest. It's like, well, I kind of crushed this with my humidor, so fuck it.
What was? Oh, that was the Opus, right? That
was the Opus.
At least it was a nice, inexpensive cigar.
Like an $18 double Corona. You know what? I have any number. I have any number of $3 sticks in my humidor that are better than that double Corona was, just at least to my palate.
Right.
Everybody's different.
Yeah.
Have you had an aged Opus, Kirk?
I haven't. I don't have the patience, and I know I haven't had an aged Opus. I've heard they're wonderful, and I'm sure they are. But
I'll have to get you one so you can see the difference, so you can tell the difference. I have a couple laying around here and there.
I have to agree with Matt. I was like you, Kirk. I'm not a big Arturo Fuente fan, and I had somebody gift me the chili pepper, and it had at least 3 years age on it. Man, that thing was good.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Once, I mean, for me, it's like I don't like them right off the truck. And do you know what I heard? I heard something, and I argued with it, and they said no. This is how it is that they don't date. They don't. Write the age or whatever. They don't mark the age of their tobacco, and so you can get a fresh one, and it could have aged tobacco, but you can have a fresh one, and it could be fresh tobacco. You don't know, but I mean I don't know.
Now, what do you think about the smaller ring gauge Opuses? Because I have a Perfection number 5 that's been in my humidor. It's like a petite Corona. I've had it for about a year. Should I wait? I've had it for a year. Should I wait it out?
Yeah. Wait, hold it. It's not going to get any. It's not going to get bad. It's just going to turn better and better and better. I'd give it a lot longer. I'll send you one that's a smaller ring gauge, and then you can, or hell, do you know what the one that you had? What was it? The double? The hell was it?
Double Corona.
Yeah, I'll see if I have a double Corona. If I do, I'll send you an aged double Corona so you can see, side by side.
Just got cigar bombed.
Matt, I would appreciate that, but you know what? It does. I don't need a double Corona because, man, it is hard for me to find 2 hours to smoke a cigar.
Okay.
And obviously, I'm thankful for any gift, but
you're gonna take it. You're gonna like it.
Don't.
I know.
Okay. Well, then I'll grab one or Robusto. I'll grab whatever.
7.5 inches and make it hurt, right?
There you go.
All right, guys, we do need to take a little break here just because we've got at the end of the first third here. So we're going to take a little break, and we'll come back for the second third of the show. All right, now we're back for the second third.
Man, I almost took a nap.
That's just so I can, put the bumpers in there. So, yeah. We're
Hey, Kirk, I have something to address with you, and I want other people's opinion on what I'm about to say, but I'm going to give you a B&M perspective on something you said about, I think it was the Liga, the one that was the last one in the box.
Yeah. I'm curious.
I experienced that on a daily basis, and you hit the nail on the head. And I've been meaning to reply to you on YouTube, but I knew my reply was going to be long, and I just haven't had the time. But I will reply now. You're exactly right. The last one in the box, not only has it been picked up by 25 people or however many cigars are in the box. Plus, every time someone takes a cigar out of it, it's going to shift, and by the end of it, that thing's probably shifted in that box 20 times. So what we do here at the store, anything over $10, $12, we stick in shelves. So all our Liga stuff is in a shelf. All our Opus is in a shelf, and people have to ask for that cigar, and we pull it out for them, and we hand them the cigar for them to look at, decide if they want to smoke it. But that's because we found that our last couple of cigars in every box were beat to hell.
See,
so
that's
you're dead on accurate there, and it was a very good observation by you.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but I'm really smart, so yeah.
I don't know if that's the kiss of death to start a sentence off with or not.
Right. No, I didn't know that, Kirk.
I'm just putting it out there.
I just now figured that out, I guess. I had to have you tell me.
I don't not know if you know this or not, but
Anybody else experience the last cigar in the box being faulty?
I've seen it. I've seen the last few. My local shop, the owner, he likes to he stores boxes up top so that people can't mess around with them. And he brings them down after they've had some good rest, which is one thing I like, because you can you go in there with a My Father, it's going to have 6 months to a year. Opus, he'll bring them down after a year to 5 years, and he had the same problem with some. He had some Davidoff Culebras that were like the wrapper was falling off on them. He had some Avo Leo 7s falling apart, same thing, and he was pissed off. It was like, what do I do kind of situation, and it's good to hear that that's what you guys are doing, because really, I mean, if you're putting out that kind of money, you don't want to have the initial puffs be nose hairs and boogers because someone's sticking the cigar up their nose trying to smell the thing.
Right.
yeah, true story.
And nose hair and boogers. That's a
This
good
cigar tastes like nose hairs and boogers.
Actually,
Poolside cigar review.
It's
I'm putting
gross.
that on the flavor wheel. That's going on the flavor wheel, by the way.
There you go.
Yeah, you must be smoking a filthy hooligan.
Oh no. Now the cellared stuff, you don't have that issue as much, but it's really the naked stuff that really you just got to baby it. You got to take care of it because the customers aren't going to do it.
Yeah.
The people that go in before you as a customer are not going to take care of the cigar for you.
Yeah. And some people know and some people don't know. I mean, that's just the way it is,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get the unseasoned smoker that comes in and just grabs everything and shoves it up their nose, and then you got
It's funny when they grab a cellared cigar and stick it in their nose. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's nice. Yeah, what's that? I always go, what's that smell like?
Yeah.
Smells like plastic. Do they all smell like plastic?
Actually, one guy goes, man, I can smell that cedar. And I didn't laugh, but I wanted to.
That's because the humidor is lined with it, you moron.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that, because actually, I think I'm one of the few people who do this, but I always take the cedar sleeve off any cigar that has one. So, for example, like
For storage?
Yeah, for storage. So, like,
Okay.
I had that Añejo, and you guys had a bunch of cedar right off the bat.
Yeah.
I had that Añejo for, I don't know, 8 months a year, and I didn't have the cedar sleeve on it. I mean, if I want to taste cedar, I can burn cedar. That's a personal preference. I don't know if anybody else does that.
Anybody else do that?
Apparently not.
I pretty much leave everything the way it came from the manufacturer. So
It's all personal preference.
Because
Yeah.
one of the number one questions on any cigar forum is, do you leave the cello on or do you take it off?
I was
And
going there.
it'll generate hundreds of replies. Everyone's got their idea and their opinion.
I was
Yep.
going there. That's where I was going with it, but yeah.
And they're all wrong.
Yes.
Well, no, they're all right and they're all wrong. I mean, it's a 50-50 thing.
Personal
So-
preference.
Cigars are like women; they look better naked. And
Not all of them.
Yeah, some.
Yeah. Terry Hatcher looks better with clothes on. I'm sorry.
Does.
She's got some pancakes.
your standards are just out of this world, guys. If you lower your standards, you'll find you're much happier with everything.
Yeah, this
That's
is the guy who
what I've been
hated
doing
our
wrong.
top 20 list, our maximum top 20
Yeah.
list.
No kidding. So do you guys have favorite brands? Like, what's your preferred brand of cigar?
Well, I'm going to sound like a fucking yuppie. Opus, Davidoff.
Wow.
That's more of a jack-off than a yuppie.
What do you think, Phil?
My absolute favorite brand is Olivas.
There's a man. He's got good taste.
Is that yours, Kirk? Oliva?
100% Oliva all the way. Big Oliva guy.
Aaron?
I don't have a favorite brand. I mean, there's so much new stuff that's coming out all the time. I don't usually buy boxes or anything like that. So I have like 2 or 3 of each cigar in the humidor, and I probably 2 or 3 years before I ever get back to smoking the same thing again, and just rotating through everything that's new.
Cop out!
Craig?
My favorite brand is Tatuaje. I'm definitely a Tapor.
Okay. Brandon?
I'm quickly becoming a tat whore. It was a Liga thing for me for a long time, but the more tats I smoke, man, those are fantastic cigars. Big fan of those.
That's interesting to hear how your palate's changed, because I know a while ago you had told me that you'd liked every tat you'd had, but you didn't love any.
No, that was me. That was me. Thanks for paying attention, Kirk.
Oh, never mind.
I thought you said you were smart. Jeez.
I was making that up.
He was.
I know Randy's. I'm going to go ahead and say it.
You can say it, but you might be wrong.
Alec Bradley.
I almost said Alec Bradley until you mentioned Alec Bradley. Now I got to think of somebody else. You know,
Come to
I
the
would
dark
say Alec
side.
Bradley, but they do have some things I just don't like. So I'm trying to think of one that I consistently like.
Hint.
Yes. Anything green by Alec Bradley, I'm kind of out on. No, but they did the Max, and I hate the Max. So, God, if I had to pick my favorite brand, it might be Oliva.
Yeah.
It might be, because I really love the V. I really love the G Maduro. Yeah, I'm going to say Oliva until I change my mind.
Okay, so here's a question. What do you guys prefer, the standard V or the Milano?
V.
Standard.
V.
Standard V.
No hesitation.
V Maduro.
Oh, we got one Maduro.
Yeah.
The Milano Maduro or just the V Maduro, the seasonal release?
The V Maduro. I wasn't as fond of the Millennium Maduro for some reason.
Yeah, we didn't like the Maduro as much as we liked the regular either. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Figurado. Amazing cigar for me. I love it.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like the Lancero and the 4. Those are probably my two
Yeah.
favorites.
Yeah. Okay, so if we were still sponsored by Esteban Carreras, would we have said Esteban Carreras?
No,
No,
that's not necessarily the
I'm
truth.
joking. You know who I will say? I'm going to change because I've liked everything but one. I'm going to go with Ezra Zion. I mean, for a new company with the stuff they've come out with, I've really liked everything but one cigar I've had of theirs.
Yeah, that's a good
I
cigar.
have yet to have one, and do you know what? I was going to smoke one today that was bombed to me by somebody sitting in this V-Herf. Brandon. And I got to light that thing up. It's sitting in my humidor. It's staring at me, and it wants to be smoked. So
Which one is it?
I don't know. I don't know enough about it, so I don't know what it is. I have to look it up.
The Ezra
Probably
Zion Tantrum was in this month's Cigar Aficionado. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah, I saw it.
But their tasting notes are bullshit. They did not mention pepper at all. I'm like,
No.
how do
Oh,
you
they're
not
tasting
mention
notes-
pepper?
They're
No,
tasting notes are like normal.
I mentioned that to him. The tasty notes, and here they are, almost verbatim. For a small cigar, it's surprisingly strong. Really, Cigar Aficionado? Are you fucking kidding me?
They said it was sweet. I think they said it was sweet, and I'm thinking I got a tablespoon of black pepper in my mouth
Yeah,
from that.
exactly. No, that's a
Uh,
pepper bomb.
Yeah, it is tasty though. I like it a lot.
And I don't know if it's true, but I've heard around the campfire that Cigar Aficionado only smokes the first inch of a cigar. Has anybody heard that?
I've
Is that
heard that same
true?
thing.
Yeah, I've heard that true,
And-
but I don't know
and
if it's a
that-
myth or not.
Yeah.
So,
But with,
Kirk, you
with
haven't
the
done the Johnny
tantrum,
Vu yet,
you
though,
get
right?
that pepper off the first light. No, that's still in my humidor.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they just let the interns smoke them and write the reviews because that's the only way you can explain their reviews.
I thought they played darts and whatever the hell they hit, that was the flavor.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they put everyone that's advertised spent a lot of money on advertising, and then they
Right.
throw the darts at it.
Yeah.
There you go.
This peppery cigar tastes like sweet cream. And check out this $60,000 hovercraft golf cart that everyone's going to buy.
Yeah.
Matt, the owner of the store, his favorite cigar for years was, I know it's weird, but it was the Fonseca Cubano Limitado. And whether you like the cigar or not, it was a bold, kick-ass, kick-in-the-balls cigar. And Cigar Aficionado gave it an 85, and the guy said, I just didn't ever get any strength out of this cigar. Really?
Yeah. Do you guys have a cigar magazine that you actually like that you think is actually decent?
No.
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 No, I don't think so. They seem to kind of start following the same format after a while. They come out and they say, "Oh yeah, we're going to be different," and then they kind of fall into that same line of doing the rankings, just like CA does.
Cigar Snob.
Cigar Snob's good because it has boobs.
I only read it for the articles.
Yeah. Okay. Cigar Snob is the maxim of cigar magazines.
It is.
Basically. There's one. I think it's not Cigar Informer. What is it? Cigar Press.
Cigar Press, they're fairly respectable.
Cigar Press, they don't actually have an opinion. They just tell you what they got. And I kind of like that, sort of.
Mhm.
But, yeah, that's really about it.
I just love the fact that Randy, as a bartender,
I was going to mention that if you didn't. I'm glad.
I have what?
A bartender.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah, that's pretty
I have
awesome.
my own personal assistant. It's very nice.
I want one of those.
Hold on, I gotta finish mine so I can get some too.
He also likes to wave at people that walk by too.
Yeah, he does that.
well,
Yeah.
It's because Matt's wife, always walks in right in the middle of the freaking podcast. But she's always afraid she's going to walk in front of the camera, so I'm always trying to tell her, no, just go that way. And
More real dram. What are you doing?
she doesn't pay attention.
A little more. Come on,
But
come on.
she's one of the owners, so I have to be nice to her, right?
That's good. See, now you did too much. Take a sip. I'm just kidding.
Hey, Nate, you spilled a little bit over here. Can you wipe that up for me?
Thanks a lot, Nate. You're the bomb. See, we need that, but we need like a hot chick in a bikini. That's what
Yeah,
we need.
Nate's nowhere near hot enough.
Maybe
right
your
at it.
UFC has a couple girls you can hire.
Yeah,
Okay,
probably.
All right.
Nate,
go
Nate,
Yeah,
see
but then
the
they'll kick her
brewer
ass.
Is
Anyway,
Nate the
thank you,
brewer?
Nate. We appreciate it. Oh, I'm number one. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Number
Nate,
one.
just tell me I'm
Number one. Jeez.
Nate's the brewer, right? He's got his own beer now.
No,
No,
that's
that's Davis. That's Davis.
Oh,
Davis.
Davis. Oh.
Yeah, Nate's our new guy. Nate's our new Davis, but he doesn't do
Oh.
anything but pour drinks for us.
He brings us drinks too, which is great.
Yeah, we love Nate.
Yeah, we love Nate.
As a friend.
Davis is actually working for a brewery now.
Yeah,
What's the name of it?
Microbrewery here, yeah.
What is it called?
Revolver.
Revolver, yeah. Which is they do some damn good beers. I've been meaning to get like a 6-pack and send it off to Kevin because he's Mr. Beer Guy.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
whatever happened to the Brain? Is he still active at all? I haven't seen him on forever.
He just
came
came back.
Mm.
Yeah. Just came back, started getting, he just took up a newbie sample trade, so let's see how that turns out.
Oh no. I still refuse to get any of those.
Dead man walking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta make up for lost time.
Yeah,
There
whatever
you
happened
go.
to Kirk from Poolside Cigar Reviews? He disappeared for a while.
Yeah, he did disappear
Yeah.
for a while.
He hasn't been on in about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He's looking at stats now.
Yeah. You know, work kind of had me by the nuts for a while, and you know, they still kind of do, but
We have a theory
gonna
that
do?
you're a hired killer.
I know.
Yeah, you were on assignment in France or something.
you know what, guys? You would never know.
You can't tell anyway, right? I'm sorry.
It's the unassuming guy.
You know, look at the bright side, Kirk. You got some time. You're smoking a nice quality cigar right now.
Yeah, hey, you know what? It's burning well, and
It's got a lot of nice waftage.
Yeah, that's a new term we've developed. Yeah, with Todd Vance from now he's with AJ Fernandez. He came up with that term waftage. It's when the smoke comes out of both ends. So we need to make that a thing.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, if we just knew people that had cigar websites that could make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to put
I
more.
have to,
I thought it was
gotta
called.
hunt some of those guys down.
I thought it was called the flu when it came out of both ends.
Kirk's listening to our show. He is with the CIA. He's bugging our show because we just talked about that in the last episode.
Yeah, I call that Friday.
I call that every day.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Freaking drunk.
If I take a certain sleeping pill, certainly that does.
Yeah, I'm just glad I'm not the only one on here drinking.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
We
I
didn't
wasn't-
want you to drink alone, Kirk.
I wasn't the first person to swear, and I'm not the only one drinking. Now I'm off to a good start tonight.
Who was saying that? I can't even-
Or a bad
That was
start,
Bill.
depending how
Okay,
you look
Bill.
at it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You're missing out, man. Your game just went down that much more.
But he does not have pants on, so he's got that going.
I don't.
Well, we don't either.
I wore a collared shirt and a hat, and that's all I have.
Uh-huh.
He keeps his extra cigars in his moobs. He just pulls one out and lights it.
Harry, you need a lighter?
There you go. Cutter of the man tongue.
It's really warm and clammy. That's how I like my lighters.
Here.
Jeez.
So that's how I dry box my cigars.
So how's that hooligan?
You know
Has
what?
it warmed up?
It's still burning.
It's
Actually,
picking
it's
up
okay.
a little bit. It's got a little flavor now, but it's mostly the flavor of whatever a hooligan tastes like.
I'm
I don't know.
hoping.
It's just, it's yeah.
It was so much better rot.
It really was, yeah. And we have new ones here in the store, so I'm kind of wondering if that's better, but I really don't want to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be
my
curious
last
what the
one.
new release is like.
But
Now,
if our
has
listeners want to, we're selling 3-packs for $20. Might be 12 now. I don't know. Never.
Yeah, right.
So
Jeez.
so you're going to send a $20 bill along with their 3-pack? Is that what you're saying?
That's it.
We might have to. We might have to.
We do have a customer though who bought, because we had 4 boxes the first time last year. He probably bought 3 boxes of them.
Wow.
And he showed up the day we got him, and because I posted it on Facebook, and he's already bought 3, so he'll be happy. We'll just sell them to him, and everybody will be happy.
Does he like the
Yeah,
box? Is that what it is? He's like,
He likes
the
cigar.
box is
He likes the
green. It's
cigar a lot. And he
pretty.
listens to the show, so he's gonna be probably mad that I said this.
Yeah.
It's such a bad review. But
This one has a year on it. The new ones are great.
No, there's
Kurt, you
nothing.
should have smoked it with us a year ago.
There's nothing offensive about this, man. The best cigar is the one that you like. So more power to him, man. He likes the Hooligan. Someone's got to buy him.
There you go.
Right.
So what that brings to the subject of what's the best Candela you guys have smoked? Have you all smoked a Candela before?
Never.
Yeah.
Go.
My favorite's
Yeah.
the Illusione Holy Lance Candela.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's probably my favorite too.
Yep.
That was my favorite. I have an Illusione. It's not the. I think it's a Churchill. It's the whatever the. It's got the 888 on the band. Has anyone had that? Is that it's in my? I've had that for longer than I've had this.
I've had it. It's good.
Is it good? All right.
Yeah. The Viaje makes a good Candela as
Yes,
well.
they did the white label project.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my favorite.
I still have a couple of the first release that they did, and it's pretty good. It's kind of the Candela always brings something weird. It's like a totally different taste if if it's done right. And I mean, I like the Illusione Candela best. Viaje probably would be number 2, a close number 2.
You know what? I actually powered through a what's that thing called? The Asylum.
Ogre?
The Ogre. Yeah, that was not bad. Because it was a Candela and it had the Maduro in it, and that was actually pretty decent, but that was a long freaking smoke.
Do you know if Camacho's coming out with their Candela? I know they did one a bit ago, and are they coming out with another one?
That is a good question for somebody else.
They're gonna have the triple Candela.
Yeah.
Yes.
Triple Candela? What the hell?
We don't even know who our Camacho rep is anymore. We still have the old school boxes. We haven't heard from Camacho in 2 years, 3 years. We lost a customer because a guy would come in, especially during football season, because he was a big college football guy and an NFL guy, and he would come in on Friday and buy 5 of the Camacho Connecticut's, and we couldn't get him anymore because we'd call and order him and never get him. He quit coming to the store because we could never get them. So I don't know anything about Camacho. They've dropped off the face of the earth as far as we're concerned.
Do you still have a bunch of the triple Maduros, the old ones?
We've got the triple Maduro, the old ones.
Those are good.
So Kirk, is the triple Candela, is that just like a moldy cigar? Is that what it is? Is that the 3P? There's mold on the wrapper, mold on the binder, mold on the filler.
If it's good enough for Mike Ditka, it's good enough for me.
Touche.
Okay.
Has anybody smoked one of those?
I had the Ogre, and the Ogre was very good.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
For the first half hour, 45 minutes. The next 9 days weren't all that great.
Yeah.
Okay, if I had to pick my second favorite Candela, and I will tell you, it tastes better than this one now.
Okay.
And people are going to laugh, but the Macanudo Candela is better than this, and it actually has flavor. And I haven't had one since I was an early Mac day, or back in my early Mac days, but that Candela tastes better than this one does now.
Yeah. Candela's a weird
Okay, you
bird.
can all laugh or
Well,
cuss me out or something.
that's kind of a low hurdle, Randy.
But I'm telling you, Kirk, if you had a Macanudo Candela in your humidor and you smoked it tomorrow, you would say I was exactly right.
You could be. I'm gonna totally shift gears and bring up a very surprising cigar. I have an acquaintance who somebody gives him cigars. He doesn't really smoke cigars, but they give him lots of cigars in tubos for some reason, and he's always given them to me. But they're always like Romeos and Macanudos. I mean, I've got like a dozen of these tubos in my humidor, and I just haven't smoked any, so I finally grabbed one. I grabbed one of the Gurkhas. I didn't know what it was. I'm like, I'll smoke one just so if you ask me, I can say I've smoked one. Whatever it is, I don't remember. I'm not a big Gurkha guy, but it was their cognac infused tubo.
It's a reserve. They have 3 different kinds. They have a 4 different kinds. I think they have a gold cap, a silver cap, a purple cap, and then His Majesty fucking take all your money cap.
The B&M one is it's a brownish cap.
Yeah,
bronze looking.
That's the Reserva.
Yeah, that's the Louis XV cognac, and that's actually a good cigar if you like, flavor and stuff.
And that's like, I'm not a big infused guy, but I didn't know that it was infused when I opened it up. I'm like, what is that smell and what's that taste? And I started tasting. I said, it's like it's almost like cognac. And I looked it up later, and that's what it was. But that really wasn't a bad cigar as far as infused cigars go. I enjoyed it. I really did. I mean, for what it is, I think my wife would enjoy it a lot because it was mild and it has that nice sweet cognac, but it wasn't that it didn't have that sickly sweetened tip to it. It was a pretty nice cigar.
It was, that cigar was probably one of the first, I would say, first 15 cigars I had, and it's the only infused cigar that I like. And I've had one recently being last summer I had one, and it really wasn't that bad. Now for the price, I wouldn't be dishing out what they want for it, but yeah, for an infused cigar, I mean, and I'm not a huge Gurkha fan, obviously. I mean, anybody who knows me knows I'm not really going to be a Gurkha fan, but it doesn't suck. Let's put it that way.
Well, that begs the question then, what infused cigars or seasoned cigars do you like? Does anyone like?
That's it. That's the only infused cigar that I've ever had that I didn't not like. Put it that way.
Anybody else?
I haven't found any that I like yet.
I think the Acid Toast is probably the best infused cigar out there right now.
Okay.
Once you get past that sweetness.
I like the Maker's Mark cigar. I think it's a nice. It's mild, but I think it tastes great, and I support the Maker's Mark cigar.
I haven't had one of those.
But I also like the Tabac Negra. I think that I don't smoke it, but if I had one, I would. Somebody gave me one, I would smoke it.
Yeah, someone gave me a Tabac Special. I'd smoke it. They're not bad, but I went through my infused stage when I first started back up, and they're just hard to smoke now for me.
I never had an infused stage, but the two that stand out that I like the Drew Estate Java, and about a year ago, my brother-in-law gave me an acid deep dish, and I enjoyed the deep dish. It was a little too sweet for about the first 10 minutes, but after that sweetness wore off, I liked the deep dish. It was all right.
I've never had the deep dish.
No, neither have I.
It's
okay,
like
so we're gonna take another.
Like potpourri.
Smells like potpourri or tastes like potpourri?
It kind of tastes like potpourri smells.
Okay.
Cigars are like that, though. You name flavors in cigars that you wouldn't normally want to eat, like leather or earth, but
I like eating earth.
I like leather.
Potpourri is a pleasant. Well.
Brandon, what does gag ball taste like?
Strap. Yeah. Oh, that tastes like vinyl, or
it tastes like shame.
It tastes like shame. Classic. All right, we're gonna take another quick break, and then we'll come back for the last third. And we're back for the last third. See how that works? It's pretty brilliant, really. It tastes like shame, you son of a bitch.
I'll be honest, I always thought when you took your breaks you guys got up to take a piss and refill your drinks or do whatever.
We do normally, yeah, but now
I don't know, I'm a little bit disappointed.
Same here. It's like the curtain has been pulled, and what the hell? What's this?
That's why they're always laughing when you come back from a break, because from whatever joke was 2 seconds before that.
Exactly, yeah. That's actually true. Yeah, we did.
We did that because one time we were talking about how newscasters or morning talk shows, when they come back from break, they're all like, "Oh, I had the greatest time."
That was a great story about your cock, Jim.
And here I am sitting here for an hour holding my piss in.
Yeah. I just let it go. Just let it go, brother. Just let it go. It's okay.
You're not all wearing adult diapers? I thought I put that in.
They all
wear adult diapers.
Yeah.
Depends.
I haven't answered yet.
I see those catheter infomercials. I'm all over that shit. I got 24 of them sitting over here.
Thank you, Medicare.
I don't want to live in a world where I have to use a catheter every day. That would just not be something.
Oh man.
I think the more cigars I smoke, the more my wife takes to heart the statement, if I ever have to wear a diaper, just shoot me in the face.
Yeah.
If I ever wake up with a diaper, I'm running the fuck out of the house.
Yeah.
I see all your fine liquor over there. I'm gonna have to pour me a little rum here. There's gonna be some good stuff. Switching from beer to rum.
Who's that? Is that Phil?
No, Matt.
Oh, Matt.
I can't see. I have a glare on the computer.
Yeah,
Switching
sorry.
to
I
rum.
just lost my voice.
Google Plus is a wonder.
Yeah, it's a wonder. Yeah, it's a good term.
It's a wonder it works.
Yeah, wonder works half the time. Shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, real quick. Hey, Nate, did you finish your
I'm too
Filthy Hooligan?
close for beer, Goose. I'm switching to rum.
Nate hates the Filthy Hooligan.
My personal assistant hates the Filthy Hooligan.
Personal.
Oh, by the way, I have to plug this real quick. We own the name vherf.com, and we're going to be launching that here. I'm hoping within the next week to 2 weeks. vherf.com.
No shit.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll just be like ongoing vherfs is what I'm trying to get it to do. You know, anyone that does like a vherf. The problem is everyone keeps posting up a vherf here and there, you know, and nobody knows where to go to actually vherf. So I'm going to try to make vherf.com and then let people post vherfs that are going on at the time and then let people join it. So, yeah, look for that. It's probably about, I'm hoping, well, hell, I'm hoping tomorrow, but that ain't going to happen. But maybe, you know, a week. I'm hoping to launch that. Right now, it's just forwarding to our YouTube channel. So if there's a vherf that it's going to be an on-air vherf, then I'll put that. But I'm going to hopefully get some people that do like vherfs a lot and give them some kind of rights to be able to post a vherf that they're doing.
That's cool, man.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So now
So
that
you're not
we're,
going to be
you
like,
know,
what's the let's get ready to tumble guy? Well, he says starts with an R. Who copyrighted that phrase?
Rumble?
Yeah, copyrighted that phrase and sues people when they use it. So you're not going to sue people when they use vherf, then, right?
yeah, I'm going to go after people because I got the time for that.
Well, that's what the trainings are for.
I'm busy reading everybody's personal shit.
That's right. That's true.
Obviously, I know that.
You motherfucker.
We weren't going to cuss on this episode. No, I'm joking.
I've been cussing like a sailor.
Fuck you.
Too late.
Oh, Kirk, by the way, hilarious when you forgot your tagline at the end.
Yeah, that's happened a couple times.
You just stopped and went, fuck. What did I say? It was so awesome. And
We've actually used this tagline a couple times just to fuck with him. Good
that,
times.
you know, that tagline is really the only thought that I've ever put into any of my reviews. So
I think when
you know,
we copied your tagline, that's the only time we've put thought in our reviews.
Yeah, probably.
So when I dick it up like that, it really hurts.
That's what she said.
I almost said, damn it, I gotta relight this stupid thing. It might add some flavor to it.
You never know.
If your cigar is like mine, you'll get lucky, and the wrapper is totally cracking and flaking off now. So.
Mine is doing the same thing. Yeah.
So it's a good burn too. Not only is the flavor excellent, but the burn is excellent as well.
Yeah, it's really well constructed.
Mine's staying together because I have magic Mexican spit.
Oh, there you go.
Like I said, Kirk, man, the honesty in your reviews, I love it. Love it. It's like it makes for the most entertaining shit like ever.
You are the only person who thinks that way, so keep on watching, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, you know what? If I'm the only one, I'll be your one-man band. That's it.
So I gotta ask you, Kirk, is there comments that you just delete at all?
No, I get like 5 people comment.
And they're all on this turf, I think.
Yeah,
no,
probably.
and actually, four of them are just alternate Google Plus accounts that I have.
Well, you get a couple of our people that comment on yours.
Yeah.
No,
Eddie
I
Stogie
do.
fan and Jeff Hirschauer.
Everyone who comments is great, and I appreciate all of them. I really do. Yeah, I don't work really hard at trying to promote my channel or anything. I figure if people find it, that's great. I only have about 85 subscribers. My tits aren't big enough to get any more than that.
You're about 86.
True story.
I love your tits.
Well, that opening shot of you at the pool, if you'd stand up, maybe we'd know. You never know.
Yeah, I heard no pants.
You need
what's
to
up with that?
Photoshop
You might
some double D's on that.
Yeah, you can get like easily like 10,000. Just you have no pants. Stand up, bitch. Let's see it.
I'd have to go for like an E cup or an F cup, because you guys don't know it from my reviews, but I'm actually I am 6'8", if you believe that.
No,
Yeah.
you're not.
You're 6'8"? Holy shit! I thought I was tall.
Yeah, and this Filthy Hooligan's the best cigar I've ever had.
No, I'm every bit of 6'8".
Are you really?
Nice.
Unfortunately, I would love to give back about 5 inches, but yeah, that's what I got.
That's what she said.
Yeah, giggity.
Wait, that's what she never said. Sorry.
Yeah. 6'8". That's pretty fucking mighty, man. You're like a giant. Not
He
like
is.
a giant. You're a giant.
He's the Jolly Green Giant right now.
I mean, I can say that. I thought like I'm 6'5", and I thought I was super tall, man. No, you're 6'8". Holy shit.
No, see,
I'm pointing the finger at you from now on.
guys like you and me, we're average height. Everyone else is short, and
yeah,
that's
I'm
just
fine.
how it goes. And you know what? You probably have the same experience. Do you have, Matt? Do you have people ask you all the time how tall you are? Does that happen? Like just everywhere, like the grocery store, the mall, or airport?
No, look at me. Do you think people talk to me? Look at this shit. Look at this, what I got. Look what I got growing on my face. Mohawk.
Oh, they ask you, how long is your soul patch?
It's pretty mighty. Actually, I've been growing it out since I got married in August. I cut it. I trimmed it back a little bit for the wedding. I was gonna cut it off and shave it off for the wedding, but my wife was like, "No, like that's who you are. You'll look." Really, what she says is, you'll look 13 if you don't have it. So keep it.
Sounds like a good woman.
Yeah, hey, she bought me my first Opus, so I have no complaints.
Yeah, no shit.
No.
Her really why she said not to is like 20 years from now when our kids look at our wedding pictures, they're gonna laugh like a motherfucker at your soul patch.
That might be it. That very well could be the reason why.
Women are evil like that, man.
Yeah, I agree. But no one has ever asked me, oh, how tall? I mean, I don't look very approachable. I'll put it that way.
No.
Now, Kirk looks approachable. So
Yeah,
something-
Kirk looks like a cool guy you want to hang out with and shit.
Well, I always just feel like it's kind of like a personal question. Like I don't ever walk up to people and ask like how much they weigh or like how old they are. It just was at the grocery store the other night, and the guy asked me how tall I was, and I told him. And of course, he's like flabbergasted. Oh, that's huge. And then he starts talking about how he does martial arts, and he could probably, he knows a lot of moves that could take down a guy my size. And I talked to my wife, and I'm there with my wife and daughter, and I'm like I'm walking out, and I'm talking to my wife and daughter, saying, not only did that guy insult my stature, then he told me he could kick my ass. What country is this?
Welcome to America.
There you go.
So how short are you, Brandon?
I'm 5'10". I'm a giant to Mexicans.
That is big.
I'm just under 6. Well, I'm shrunk. I'm right at 6 probably.
Yeah, the most guys I see around here that are Mexican are 5'3" at most.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm a giant.
You're the
It's a
leader of
Native
the pack.
American in you.
It's the Native American, yeah. Or the Irish, one of the two. Or Irish guys?
I worked with an Asian guy who was 6'4".
Really?
Yeah.
He was a fake Asian.
He was Bayesian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he a left-handed pitcher?
What's that? Left-handed pitcher?
Was
No, that-
he a left-handed pitcher?
Yeah. And the Yankees just signed him for $100 million or something like that.
Sweet.
That guy's a dick.
Oh man.
Yeah, this isn't getting any better, I hate to say.
And mine is
Yeah,
like
that
yours,
sucks.
Kirk. It's flaking. It's tearing apart.
Nah, they can't all
Yeah,
be winners.
you guys are the experts. It's your show. You're the expert. What binder is this?
Oh, I don't know.
Whatever,
I can listen to episode
Big
1.
tobacco. Big
whatever binder
tobacco.
is on the
It's
black
the same
market.
binder and filler that's in the black market.
Because the binder's not flaking.
Well, that's a good.
You can tell, huh? That's pretty bad.
If you can tell that says a lot.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
I don't think Phil's going to be on the show anymore. He's the Bradley rep.
Yeah.
Do you have Alan Rubin's phone number?
Matt does, and I've got his email address.
I'll send him a link to this show.
No, No, don't. We sell a lot of Alec Bradley.
I was actually going to call you, and I was going to see if you guys picked up the Mayembe, because I wanted to buy Mayembe, and you guys said you also had the Alec Bradley New York, which I haven't had. And so I was going to call.
Yeah, well, we haven't ordered. Oh, we just ordered the Mayembe, so.
Well, shoot,
probably next week.
Shoot me a message when you get them in, and I'll call and buy some sticks from you guys.
Has anyone else had the Alec Bradley New York?
I have a couple in the humidor, but I haven't smoked one yet.
You know, it's the Tempest wrapper, the Prensado binder, and then a mixture of their fillers. I think it's an excellent cigar.
Yeah, I've had it. Yeah, I had it. God, when did I have it? I can't remember when. I know I've had it. It wasn't bad. It was good.
First cigar you bought here.
Yeah, it was, because I didn't think they have. It's like, it's only in New York. I got to buy it.
We were the first store in Texas to have it.
Yeah.
Because Phil likes us, before this review anyway. He's not going to come on the show now. He was going to come on the show.
He'll come on the show.
He'll come on the show and cuss you out. That's about it.
All right. He'll be like, so you don't like the Filthy Hooligan, huh?
Yeah.
You know he looks down and to the left when he tries to sell you the Filthy Hooligan.
Yeah.
He just relies on the marketing. He doesn't try to sell that cigar. He just relies on the marketing to sell it. The buzz that Alec Bradley puts out for this thing.
Yep. I tell you what, though, I mean, a lot of people give Alec Bradley and Rocky Patel a lot of shit, but I've liked, like, the Mundial is a good cigar. I wasn't a big fan of the Racist Cubanas, but I've only smoked the sample.
You smoked it right out of the show.
So I can't really say on that. I still like the Tempest a lot. The Black Market was a daily for me for a long time. So
the Prensado's still solid. It wasn't a Cigar of the Year cigar, but it was a good cigar.
Oh, bullshit. That was number one. Come on.
I didn't say it didn't win it. I just said it shouldn't have won it. You know, it's so funny that Prensado was in the top 25 every year, and I would smoke a Tempest over a Prensado every day of the week.
Yeah, it's funny how everybody just considers that the list.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but really, to me, it's the bloggers and stuff that really make the real lists.
Mm-hmm.
The lists that are actually from people who actually smoke cigars.
Yeah.
And that's why I love that you guys put the Illusione at number one. That was an honest pick. You know, it's a great cigar, tastes fantastic right out of the bat. I haven't had one with any kind of age on it, but I can't imagine that it's not going to be any better. It's going to get better.
Our lists were honest. We were very honest with our lists.
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus with CA, they're not doing the best cigars of the year. They're just picking existing stock on some things, and
Yeah.
a lot of manufacturers.
I like to point out the Padron 85th has yet to hit, like, top anything. It's a fucking awesome cigar.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You've had it?
Yeah, I've had the
I never
Padron.
heard of it.
Yeah, that's great.
85th? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so and that's my beef. That's my beef. And if you look at the historical. Every other year, number one is Cuban. Every other year is non-Cuban.
Yeah.
They always switch off.
Friggin', I'm gonna name drop here, but Jorge Padron gave me an 85th, and it was
Ooh.
awesome
Whoa.
at the Cats event. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the best
85th.
event. I got to meet him. He was cool.
It's an awesome stick.
And the 50th is coming out this year as well, I think, right?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's supposed to be.
Yeah. I've heard of
We'll
that
see.
one. I haven't heard of the 85th.
Anybody going to
I have-
IPCPR or anything?
Yeah, I'll be going again this year.
You suck.
You guys can go.
I can't afford that shit.
Well,
Let's start a Kickstart.
Yeah.
If we have
I can
somebody
afford-
working the store, I can go, but
Yeah.
if not, it's me working here.
True story.
Yeah.
Can afford to
Unless I
stand
get a
outside
rent
of it.
job, and then I
Steve,
might be able to show you. Never know.
What was that?
Our stores closed down during IPCPR in
Do they
Tucson.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
because all that they both B&M owners in town, they all bring all their staff.
Wow.
Everybody goes.
What's the name of your B&M, Kirk?
The main one that I go to, and I don't want to talk bad about them necessarily.
Too late.
But it's Jerry's Cigars in Tucson. I go to that
Jerry's?
one most often because it's about a quarter. Jerry's. It's about a quarter mile from where I work, so I
Okay.
go to that one. But I don't know if I would say it's the best B&M in town, but it's
Okay.
the one that I go to the most.
Okay, because the reason I asked is Craig Cunningham, the owner of Esteban Carreras, is also the rep in Arizona.
Yeah.
And I'll give him the lead to call Jerry's so he'll
You know,
pick Esteban Carreras.
I've talked to Jerry about picking up Esteban Carreras. All Jerry cares about is friggin' Fuente. He loves Opus X, and
Really?
his store is a hobby store. He makes all of his money because he has another business in town that his wife runs, and they've got about 5 different locations. So he makes more than
Strip
enough money
club.
off that.
Mhm.
It's actually Batteries Plus,
Oh, Batteries Plus. All right.
Oh, okay.
That's not as sexy as Strip Club.
which isn't near. Yeah,
Kind of the same
almost,
thing.
but
I mean, batteries plus, you know.
Batteries plus strip club.
Yep.
Hey.
batteries plus big old titties.
Habits and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Batteries plus adult accessories.
There you
I have a
go.
quick story similar to what you just said. I went for a job interview about 15 years ago, and I won't tell what the place was, but it's a well-known place. And I went into and it's like religious paraphernalia all over the wall, like scriptures and pictures of Jesus and all this kind of stuff. And I called into the interview to talk to the owner, and he says, as you can tell, we're a religious organization. I said, okay. And he goes, does that bother you? And I said, no, that's fine. I wanted a job. I was like, yeah, that's fine. He says, but also I have to tell you, I own 3 strip clubs here in Dallas. He goes, and I know it's immoral, but it makes me a lot of money, and it supports my family, and I also need to know, do you have a problem that I own strip clubs? I'm like, do I get free passes?
Did they ask if you had any openings over there?
Does the bonus involve the strip club?
Yeah, exactly. Can I get paid in strip club for the commissions?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
All this religious stuff, and they own 3 strip clubs.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm peeling my wrapper off, so I'm going to tell you what this binder is going to
Mine is just kind of exploding at this point.
It's just sat in my drawer for a year. It should be.
I know.
fine.
Mine's been in my humidor for a year, too.
No, it's the grand finale. You got to have the big explosion at the end.
That's what she said.
All right, I got to step away for like 3 minutes. I'll be right back.
All right.
My catheter fell loose.
So what are you guys looking forward to at IPCPR? Is there any particular, you guys were there last year with Blind Man's Puff, and you had a couple of the smaller boutique stuff that you were really interested in. Are you looking forward to those again, or are you just all about the new stuff?
Yeah, I want to see some new brands that come out, and I like seeing all the, I guess, the smaller guys. I mean, once companies get bigger, they're really doing a lot of business at the show, so it depends on whether they're gonna talk to you too much. But they don't. A lot of brands, they don't save up to have releases at the show anymore. They're kind of doing them all throughout the year. So a lot of times, you already know everything that's coming out from those guys, or that'll already be out before you even go there.
Yep. It still amazes me that they don't have like a big push right at the end of right at the beginning of spring,
Right.
when people can actually smoke. It's like, why aren't you guys pushing like half your blends out then? It makes
I'll tell you why.
Why?
And this is an insider story.
Ooh, insider news.
What they do is they use IPCPR to gauge how much production they need to do. What people buy, how much they sell at IPCPR will determine then how much they produce, and that's why the cigars at IPCPR do not come out until October or November.
Okay.
Because they want to see how many do we need to make.
So they need to move IPCPR.
So that's why they don't, so the stuff they release during the year, I guess it's a crapshoot. But everything else is planned on how much do we sell? Okay, we sold 80,000 boxes. We need to make 80,000 boxes.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And sometimes the cigar that they give you at the show to sample is not the cigar that gets released.
That's true. Yeah,
like the
that's
Nica Rustica, that cigar came out with a completely different concept than what actually happened.
Yeah, the sample we got from IPCR was off the charts, delicious, and the ones that are in the store now, they're still good, but it's not the same cigar.
Yeah, they were
I really don't think it's the same
kind
cigar.
of tobacco in it, and that's not what they're actually using in it.
Yeah, that was kind of not cool, but it happens. I mean, there's only so much tobacco, there's only so much they can do. If the response, like you said, if the response is really big and they know they have to make a whole bunch, then maybe they have to make a change. Right. But they should probably be really upfront about how much it's going to change.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I agree.
I mean, I think we're definitely in a boom. I mean, the cigar industry has really kind of grown in the past couple of years, I would say. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Can you all see that my cigar is now brown?
Yep.
I've still got my wrap.
I've got a Candela cap.
Candela cap. I think Candela is probably really difficult to work with because it is a very...
And we have the heater on in here, and it's probably dried it out.
But, still.
And Kirk's in Arizona, it's dry there, too. Let's blame it on that.
I'm emailing Alan Rubin. I've had enough. You said, Randy said you didn't like the Max. I'm going to send you a couple of the Max Brazil Coronas that I have. The Max Brazil, it's internet only. The Max Brazil, it's internet only. It's not going to blow your mind. I don't want to hype it up. I don't want to make it sound better than it is.
Okay.
But I think in my opinion, it's a very good cigar. And I think
yeah,
you
I
and I
read.
have
I read. I
pretty
watched your
similar
review. I read your reviews, Kirk, on your YouTube videos. I watched your review, and it sounded good. I was going to ask you about that cigar. I didn't know if you had any left, but yeah, I'd love to smoke one and try it.
Yeah, I'll send some out to you guys. They're really solid, and for the price online, it's a really nice smoke for the price.
So, okay, that's the next question right there. Do you guys actually have a few of the internet exclusive lines that you actually like a lot that you smoke on a daily basis?
No.
No?
Thank you, guys.
Internet exclusive?
Yeah, as far as like Ramon Bueso or like the
Last
AJ Fernandez stuff that he does for CI, like the Fallen Angel or the San Latano Bull or whatever, because they do a lot of those internet exclusives for CI and Cigar.com and stuff.
Not exclusive. I mean, not. I'm even though like I was saying before that my favorite was Opus and Davidoff. I mean, I have a huge variety of different smokes, and I jump between all the different ones. So I don't really have a favorite for internet kind of releases. I just whatever's there I smoke, and I either enjoy it or I don't. That's me though.
Aaron, are you a fan of the Ramon Bueso Genesis, the project?
Yeah, I do enjoy it. One other one that's internet is The Judge by Jay Fuego.
I've heard a lot about that, yeah.
That's a great cigar.
It's pretty good. Or you can always go to Ron Mexico. That's a nice internet exclusive.
That's a good one too, yeah. I love that one. Yeah,
I'll pass on that. Do not send me any of those.
I thought Blind Man's Puff gave that one a decent review.
They did.
We did. And that was one that Craig is the one that submitted that for review.
Thanks, Craig.
It only comes in a bundle of 20, so we had enough for everybody to be on that review.
Including myself.
I think we had 12 guys on it, and I'd say probably more than half of them gave it what I would consider a decent review of, like an 86 or above kind of thing.
Wow.
Now, do you guys ever get a review and you just look at it and be like, "There's no fucking way," where like one person just doesn't match up with everybody else? I've always wondered that. Like 5 people sending their shit, and like one person, you're like, "No way." Like you're you're way offline. I've always been curious. I've always wanted to ask. So I'm gonna ask you now on.
Yeah, no, we've posted every cigar that's been submitted. We've posted. I want to say that we picked guys that we thought were gonna send in at least decent stuff. So we haven't had anything that's been like way out of left field that said, we did the wrong Nesco, and we all, everybody knows the talk on the boards and everything about it, but we went with it anyway because the result we got is exactly what we were looking for. Was that if they don't know that it's supposed to be bad, it may not be bad. So
that's true.
Yeah.
And that's why your site is awesome.
Yeah, it is, man.
Exactly.
I saw I sent you guys the short run, and there was one guy that just had a bad experience with it, and it was making me think, was that a bad cigar, or was it just that didn't fit his palate,
Yeah, and we usually get, more often than not, there's going to be one person that is just kind of way off base from what everybody else thinks, and you don't really know if it's just a bad one out of the batch, or if it's just that their palate, it just doesn't match up with their palate. But that's okay, and that's what we want to have in the reviews, because you want to be able to have somebody on the site that you can kind of link up and say, if he says it's bad, I kind of like the stuff he likes, so if he says it's bad, then it might not be something that they want to try.
Well, I sent you that Esteban Carreras Habano.
Yeah.
And every one of you gave it a good review except Emmett, because he had a bad stick.
Yeah.
He couldn't even get a draw out of it. So
that happens, though.
That's going to happen,
Yeah, but that's good to know, though, because you can see the consistency of the cigar. So
yeah,
some brands are going to be more consistent throughout, and some are going to, you're going to get a couple bad ones out of a box or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, do you have to edit out all the A's and weird shit that the Canadians post when they bring up their reviews?
I do.
That's insane.
Because he adds U's to certain words and things like that the rest of us don't use. So I get rid of that too,
You're like sends her full reviews in French. You're like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Like flavor with a U, it just doesn't go. So I just knock that shit right out.
What the hell does marriage mean?
All the bizarre tasting notes, of maple syrup and seal blubber. Right?
I'm waiting for him to say it tastes like a hockey puck. That'd be good.
Craig, we give you shit because we love you.
I know. That's all right. I dish out as good as I take it.
That's very true. Very true.
As he sits in his kill room. Freaking
Finding my
Dexter
next
kill room.
target.
I thought that was an ice shanty.
Nice.
Hey, he's got a couple pools in the water right now.
It is an ice shanty. What's the temperature up there?
We're running about 0 degrees right now.
Oh, nice and warm. Nice and warm for Canada.
Yeah, that's
Warm
not
front.
bad.
What do you got? Board shorts and a wife beater on?
Something like that.
I'm only using one heater.
We were told today it was 34.
Yeah, I don't like you guys anymore.
Craig, Craig, weren't you the one that posted up that picture of the weather being like negative 34 or some shit? It was like negative 34 feels like negative 56. Oh, man, fuck that.
Yeah.
I thought I had it rough because I have my long pants on tonight.
Yeah. Hey, I'm in California. I got a hoodie. See, I got the hoodie on. Hey, it's cold.
Nice.
If I was where you guys, I'd be in the wife beater and the shorts.
Yeah, hey, I've got shorts on though. It's weird in California. You have a hoodie and then you wear your shorts.
Yeah.
See,
That's California, yeah.
That is California.
that's California though.
All right, so we got a couple of shout-outs to do here before we wrap up the show. So, who do you got there on the shout-outs?
Yeah, I've got, well, his name's called Mr. Stay on Top. Don't know what that means, but his Twitter handle is RisenSun21. So Mr. Stay on Top, then he has a religious handle. Okay. Jay Eisen, who actually tweeted me some baseball questions. He's also a cigar fan. So you can always tweet me baseball questions. Can you dig it, babe? John at Can You Dig It, Babe? Ego Pop, Joseph Scott, Antonio Villard, Based Tobacco Farm, Eric Mayhall, Todd Vance from AJ Fernandez, Spence Drake from AJ Fernandez, Jeff Hirschauer, who did not call in tonight, who should have, Kirk from Poolside Cigar Reviews, and Mitch Holstad, and Eddie Stogie Fan.
Thanks, guys. And thanks, Kirk, for supporting the show, and Phil also, and you Stogie guys too, I guess. Yeah, whatever.
And Blind Man's Puff.
Blind Man's Puff. And I got a couple here from Twitter. We got King's Cigars. Have you guys heard of them?
Yep.
Okay. Conan O'Brien HQ. I guess it's a Conan O'Brien fan
dropper.
club or something. I don't know. Beard Cigar Beer.
Nice.
Beard.
That sounds good.
Cigar beer.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm down for that.
Vato Cigars. Have you guys heard of those?
Nope.
Yeah, he's got a shop in Vegas, and he puts on a party at IPCPR every year.
Oh, okay.
Sweet. And Atlanta City Cigar,
Yeah.
and something in Russian I can't read. Nat Sherman International. I'm not going to try to read Russian. Are you kidding me?
What's it up, dude? Try it. I want to hear you.
Iskragen Stragendiz. That's what I'm going
Read
with.
that out.
Yeah.
Ivan Drago.
I will defeat all man. Nat Sherman International. Cool. Habanos Cafe. That's it. That's all I
That's
got.
it.
So thanks for the shout-outs, guys. We'll always give them on the show. And yeah.
Thanks for the comments. We give the shout-outs.
Yeah, those things. Whatever
Yeah,
he
whatever.
said. He fixed it. Whatever.
How much scotch have you had?
Not a lot.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Exactly.
Not enough, Nate.
Yeah, Nate.
Dropping the scotch. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Any last words? Anything else you guys need to promote?
I'll promote one more thing.
Go for
In June, we're doing our we're planning on doing our Cigars for Troops troop raffle. So I know it's a bit of a ways away, but every year we do a troop raffle similar to kind of like what we're doing right now with One Desk. Usually there's a shit ton of prizes. They're fucking insane, and all of it goes to the Cigars for Troops. And what we do is really it's Cigars for Troops. We box up large flat rate boxes and send them to troops overseas in Afghanistan, Iraq, wherever. I mean, the way I see it, troops need a little taste of the home life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They're stuck out in the middle of the fucking sandbox, doing their thing, making our country free, doing what they got to do. And in June, look for it. It's a bit of a ways, but I'm going to put it out there right now that we're doing some Cigars for Troop raffle at that time, and it's like a 1-year thing, and it's a huge event. So anyone who's listening to this, stick by, come by, check it out, and it's not just donating money. What we do is we take cigar donations, anything. We don't give a shit what it is. you donate cigars, we're going to give you a raffle ticket. You will more than likely win something, and it's probably something pretty fucking good.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I left out a shout out, and this is an important one. Sorry, Scott Cognac, at Bull and Bears on Twitter, sent us one of the coolest tweets we've ever received. Wichita was our number 2 city last week, and he said that he's a huge fan, and congratulations on 53 episodes, and that Wichita loves. So that was cool. Very nice. So, forgot to mention Scott Cognac.
And Conan O'Brien.
Shut up, Conan O'Brien.
Hey, Matt, I got to ask you a question about the one desk thing. I sent you a couple of $5s. You're still taking stuff in for the raffle?
Yeah, and I'm updating as often as I can. Like I said, I got my day job thing, I do my stuff during the day. So yesterday, I got kicked offline. My network went down over 8 times throughout the day, so I couldn't update anything. Today, I was out of my office the entire day. So tomorrow, I will be updating more prizes. I think off the top of my head, there's 4 or 5 more prizes that I haven't put up yet. And there's more to come. And I will probably personally be offering up. Let me put it this way. Before this is over, I will take some cigars out of my own stash. One of them will be a coffin from the 2004 Opus 22 set, and that was the first set that they ever did. There will be a prize in there with one of those cigars. And the same thing with the troops. There will be some number 9 pigs, T52 pigs, Pharaoh Flying pigs. I'll probably put one of my own personal Ratzillas in there. I'll probably be putting in some of the 2004 Opus X. But for the one desk raffle, I'll definitely be putting in a separate prize from myself of some of the shit that I think is absolutely out of this world cigars and stuff that not only you just can't find. It doesn't exist right now. Like you can't go on Google and Google fucking Opus 2004 Opus 22 coffins and find them. I will put them up there. It's going to be going on for the next month.
Awesome. I'm going to send you some more stuff too, so that's why I was asking.
Right on. Yeah, no, we're going to be posting them up all month long. We're just going to be adding prizes, and it's not going to be that if you donate now, you're not going to be eligible for the prize that I put up later. No, at the end of the month, we're taking all the prizes and all the donations, and we're doing a huge raffle.
Very cool.
All right, so I'm going to drop ship some Ron Mexicos, and no, I'm
just
kidding. I'm joking.
I'll reband them with a Opus X Maduro Double Robusto.
I saw that. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Also, everyone, please watch Kirk at Poolside Cigar Reviews on YouTube.
Yes.
And go to Blind Man's Puff. It's one of the best review, probably the best review site on.
I dig it. Yeah.
The best. And you can't beat the ladies. You can't beat the ladies showing up there on YouTube. That's what I'm saying. I like watching it.
That's us. We're the ones with
yeah, that's us.
Brandon and the thong. What are you gonna do?
Exactly. I'm dead sexy.
Oh God. You are a fat bastard.
Yeah. I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. Dick.
I know.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us. This was awesome.
Yep.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah,
thank you guys very much.
So check us out all our normal places: iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spreaker,
Stitcher, YouTube,
used
Twitter,
to be Slam Internet Radio,
used
not
to
so
be
much
Slam
anymore.
Twitter and Facebook.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep.
If you can't find us, you're not looking.
Yeah. And as always, it's been great smoking with you guys. It's been great smoking with all you guys today.
See you later, guys.
Take
See
care.
you later.
Have a good one.